Yo, this is Marvin Priest and this is One for the Road. You don't know.
Right now, this is William Gone and this is One for the Road. You heard?
What it do, y'all? It's your boy Legend and you are listening to another One for the Road, alright? Let's get it. Yeah.
Bro, it's been a long time, man. I mean, it's been a long time we've been in the game. You know what I'm saying? And it's good. I appreciate you coming down, man. This is one other One for the Road, man, and we've got Lowkey, and Lowkey is, man, he's been here since the start of the blow up, man, since the come up, and is still continuing to make hits on hits on hits. Say what you want about Lowkey, man, but his music holds true. His music are straight fire, straight bangers, and if you don't like it, best believe your girlfriend loves the music he does. That's no cap, bro. That's a real shit right there. Big up Lowkey for coming in, man. Appreciate you, man. I know you're busy.
Hey, man. Thanks for the invite, man. It's been a privilege being on this show, on the podcast, so I get to express myself. You know, we don't get this a lot, so it's actually amazing.
It definitely is. It's a wonder.
And I'll tell you, I and Tim came a long way from the get-go. You know, he's been in the picture. He knows a bit of the story. He's been here and there. So, I mean, we got a lot to chat about today, don't we?
Yeah, we do. But, you know, we only have half an hour. So, like, you know, strap yourselves in for a special exclusive with the incredible Lowkey, man. So, yeah, man, how you been so far, man? Like, it's been a little bit. What's been happening, man? You did the Australian tour.
Yeah.
Your
good vibe.
Yeah, good vibes, man.
Yeah,
damn, radio.
That was crazy.
Bangers.
Radio.
Yeah.
That's one of the, like, top songs on the EP. Good vibes. And we did the tour. It was actually crazy. One of my favorite cities was actually Perth with a live band. Wow. They went crazy.
Right.
Yeah, they went crazy.
What made you bring the live band this time?
To be honest, like, I really love, like, performing with live bands. Yeah, sorry. Yeah. So to be honest, I really love performing with live band. Like, I feel more connected to the song, to my song, like when I do a live band, because I feel like I can do a lot more with the songs. And you recorded one of the live band I did for Adekunle Gold at his performances, which was actually dope, and everybody actually loved it. But the thing about Australia is doing it with a live band, it's like you've got to, each time you want to perform with a live band, you've got to find a different crew. So if I had like one live band that could be with me, that we're stuck together, we understand like this is what we have to do, bro. I actually go crazy. Like how Burna Boy be doing it, you know?
Do you feel like it's the logistics of it that can hold you, you know, like, is it like, how do you go about organizing a live band? Because now you have your music and your following, and you as an, you know, a nationally known artist, is it easier to get live band?
Yeah, it is. But, what I'm more focused on is like getting a live band that I'm like stuck with, which is like every shows I do, there's only one live band that I'm taking, not like when I go Perth, try to organize a different live band, you know. So the more you stick to one live band, they get used to you, like they can connect more with your music and they know what's going on. So at least I don't have to say stop the music at the start, or they know like the sequences.
Yeah, that's huge, man. See, what goes on behind the scenes to produce a show is a lot.
It is a lot. It is a lot, actually.
Yeah. Definitely Adekunle Gold, like that show was magical because of the live band aspect. It was a whole different experience, man.
Yeah, it was. I actually enjoyed that show. That was one of the most talked about shows, especially when we did the coverage behind the scene and all that. Like, it was actually crazy. A lot of people gave positive feedbacks and like do more of live band, and I'm like, yo, I've been looking at that. Like, most of my shows, I want to include live band mostly. Yeah.
Yeah, for real, man. So what goes on behind the scenes with Lowkey, like on a typical day? Like, you know, you've got work to support music, because as we were talking about before, it's not easy to just, like, in Australia especially, like live off music. What goes on that, you know, behind the scenes that people might not know about, that, you know, you can let them know, like, because you put in so much energy and effort. I know you got a family now.
Yeah.
You've got, you know, work commitments. You've also got to make time to make music. You also have time to live the life, you know, that is an artist. What goes on, man?
Well, mostly what I say is like, there's two different side of things. Like, when it comes straight to my music, like, I am like 100%. So during weekdays, you know, I run my business, here and there. And I tell people, like, if I don't do this, there's no way I can put energy into the music. Because if I'm not getting something from somewhere, there's no way the level that I'm at right now, I'll be at that level, because music takes money, a lot of money, a lot of funds. And if you don't have the money to support your music, like, to be honest, no matter how good you are, somehow you've got to invest here and there and put your money somewhere, you know? So like, you always got to have something backing you up. So during weekdays, that's when I get my grind on. That's when I work hard. And then weekends, you know, I like to socialize. I go out, you know, meet people, vibe with my friends. And I mean, every day we go, it's a different day. So like, I just, once I'm getting the money to support my music, that's it. Yeah, that's what it is for me.
Yeah, man. Yeah, money's like a big obstacle sometimes with any creative career, no matter how good you are. Because I was talking to Oxley and he was saying, yo, this song is good, but you need the promotion behind it. You need the music video behind it. There's so many factors that go in.
Mm-hmm.
And even if you have the talent, you need the money.
I mean, you need the money. That's why people look for sponsors, like, you know, because at the end of the day, you can invest so much, but some people give up because they invest so much and they don't get nowhere. So it's like, yo.
But like at any given hour of the day, there's tens, if not hundreds of people seeing an image of you, watching a music video, streaming a song. Like you are one of Australia's biggest and most respected, well-known Afrobeat artists.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's like, I would say they need to catch on earlier, man. Otherwise, they're going to miss the boat.
That's actually true.
You know?
Thank God you actually said that. And that's one of the things that actually keeps me going. Because I know that one thing is especially when you go and perform and you know the crowd can sing your song back to back and they know what they're saying to you and you know that the crowd are actually responding. It's like, yo, this is where I belong. Like, this is what I want to do. I want to make music and I want people to speak back to me what I'm saying, you know? So it actually keeps me going to know that people are actually interacting with my songs. You know, I've got fans here and there. When I go on stage, people know who I am. People know my music. It's crazy. So it's like, at the end of the day, this is what I want. This is what I'm trying to achieve, but for the bigger audience.
Why did you get into music? Like, and when?
When I got into music was probably 2008, 9, a while back, in Perth.
So when you came to Australia?
Yeah. I was always into music, but not like singing. I was like dancing. I was always into music in that area. Like, I used to be a dancer back in school. So it started off from there. And then I used to have friends around me that used to do studio recording.
I'll put you up on the dance floor next time. Well, you used to be a dancer.
It's not going to work anymore. I don't think that's going to work.
Lowkey and I in the club, we're always like, oh man, you know, we can't be dancing like that.
We can't. Yeah. So back in the days, I used to have friends that used to do music, like recording wise. And I started off, actually my friends that were in the studio. So it's like a house. He had his laptop, they were recording. And I was just in the living room. I was just like singing. And then one of the boys was like, oh, Lowkey, come through. I need you to do something for me. Like they were voice testing. So they used me as a voice tester. Come through. I want you to do something for me. So I did it. And then one of my homies was like, bro, you actually have a nice voice. You should probably get into music. Yeah, we started off as a joke back then. Started doing R&B here and there, shooting videos of our phones, you know, for fun. Even up to now, my friends, some of them look at me and be like, yo, you kept it pushing. Because I had to do a whole rebranding and I had to like, if I want to take this shit serious, I've got to find my sound. I've got to know what I want to represent. So that's how like, okay, there's Afrobeat. Let me just represent Africa. That was the first thing I said. Let me represent Africa. It wasn't so much about the Afrobeat, but the sound, the culture.
Yeah, because a lot of people that I talk to, they just say Lowkey sounds so natural. It doesn't sound like he's forcing the music. Just sounds like you're there. Does that come from like, what was your upbringing life like in Africa? Like, what country were you in? What was it like growing up there? And how old were you when you came to Australia?
So back, I was about 13, 14 when I came to Australia. Growing up as a child there, I was living with my stepmother back in Nigeria because my mom was already in Australia at that time. So I was with my dad, but he was in the army because he was in the UN force. So he used to come and go every now and then. So I was mainly raised by my stepmom, and there was a lot of boys in the house. So I'm just used to being around people. So musically, I was just connected. I used to like dance to most of that, like Daddy Shoki back in the days. Like I used to dance on the street and people would be like, you know, screaming, yelling, throwing money and stuff like that back in Africa. So
yeah.
that used to be one of my thing that actually made me connect myself to music. So it was just naturally there. But I never knew one day I was going to start singing.
Yeah. As you said, you were Perth and you were like, 13, 14. That's why you got a bit of an Aussie accent. I can hear it, you know what I mean? It's like, I can hear it, bro. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Straight up. You're more Australian than African in a sense. Like,
in a sense, I've been here for a while.
Yeah, Afro-Aussie. Like, how does that like movement, how have you seen that movement evolve? The Australian Afrobeat scene, because you know it was kind of a new thing, but now it's like everyone knows.
Yeah, everyone knows.
There's probably like 100,000 people that know you, bro,
and that's good. That's what we're aiming for. Remember?
Yeah.
When we started, like Afrobeat was not that big here. Like you used to count how many people would go to our Afrobeat show in a hall, but then now it's like actually wow, and everybody wants to be on the wave.
Wow.
Yeah.
So I've heard that on a track before, man.
That's actually my signature. Wow. So I do that in every song.
Let me get one.
Wow.
Yeah, Lowkey, man. One for the podcast, man. Let's get it.
So yeah, man. So now the Afrobeat scene in Australia it's getting there, bro. It's getting there. It's actually it's where we wanna get to. But there's more for us to do, to be honest. There's more.
Yeah. Have you got any international recognition? Like, because I know a lot of artists don't really know any artists in Australia, period. Not even for rap, not even for like, and the rappers are the ones, you know, the Chillinets and there's the 1-4s and that they've got international status in a sense, but then some of the artists I'm talking to, they don't even know them.
Yeah.
So like, do you see that there's a bridge being built, or do you think it's just like we need to build it here in Australia?
Well, there's two things, right? I would say, first of all, let me touch based on the Australian part. I would say most of the artists that the promoters are bringing here, they're not really connecting with, let's say, the artists that we've got here in Australia. So they just come here for a show and go back. They don't know who the artists are. Even when I'm on a show performing, supporting big artists, it's best they do this back home, right? Every artist knows who is who. Right? No matter what level you're at, this is how they do it back home. Every artist backstage know who is who. No matter how big you are, no matter how small you are. You know, that's something I reckon we need to start doing here. You know what I mean? It's like when you bring a big artist, make sure they understand, okay, this is our artist and this is our artist. So you all, it doesn't necessarily have to be like a collab or whatnot, but just getting that conversation, you know, having that talk, that chat, having that bond, that's just it. You never know where that can take the promoter. You never know where it can take the artist. So just having that, not just bringing the artist here and then putting a wall between the artist and the one they've got here in Australia. So at the end of the day, when they go back, they don't really care. If you say, okay, we have this artist here, they'll be like, who? Oh, he was in your show. Who was he? I didn't see him, because that introduction was never made. So that's one of my main issues when it comes to like the Australian market, the Australian industry, is I feel like the artists here are not being like well respected in a way where I've been in the music industry for so long, and if I'm being on Kiss Daniel's show, the first thing a promoter should do is try and make that connection and be like, yo, this is one of our top artists here in Australia, like Lowkey. I'm not asking for
Lowkey is the top artist.
I'm telling you, Lowkey is the top, bro.
He's like, what's his name? It's Lowkey.
Yo, that's me, bro. Yo. Hey, I've been making music for how long now? I've been holding the game down. Hey, that's me. It's nice to meet you. You know what I mean? There's like, I'm not asking you to like get me a song with this person. No, not necessarily. You know, so
that's amazing, man. Thanks for sharing that, bro. Because like that's huge, and I feel like in America it's the same thing. That it's not a collaboration, but it's like a appreciation, and it's like, oh, if that person's opening up before me, this is the general vibe that we have going on for the show. Like, if I'm performing, who's performing before me? What's the vibe like? If it's all crap, no good artists, then it's like, this isn't
exactly.
I'm just doing here for the money. I'm leaving.
That's it. That's what's been happening here. I'm doing it here for the money. I'm leaving. So now, if you want to reach out to an artist back home, and you say, "Oh, we have an artist in Australia," the first thing they're gonna say is, "We don't know any artists from Australia because that connection hasn't been made." But speaking on that, that's based on Australia. But for me, I've got a lot of reach out to like I've got a lot of artists that I talk to back home, and I've been promoting my music back home, not mainly here. So it's like people want me to come down there. I had interviews, got songs played on TV. Even the video you did was played on
Package.
TV. Yeah. So all that has been happening, but I haven't found that time to be like, I want to go home yet, and people really want me to go home. Yes, I have a few artists that I talk to back home, and yes, I have a few songs. One that I'm gonna drop before Promised Land has an artist from Nigeria on it, so hopefully that it's gonna be a wavy song before Promised Land comes on. I want everybody in that crowd to be singing that chorus before.
Definitely, man. So you're at Promised Land. Davido is performing. Hopefully, you can get the link up, man.
That's what I'm looking for. 1 minute for me is enough.
I know you guys are watching. Get Lowkey in a collab with Davido, man.
Hey, man.
Make that connection happen, because that's what I've been doing with DJ Friday, man. Like, I've been, giving DJ Friday promotion to his events. And at the same time, he's been allowing me to interview the artist because the trust is being built up.
Okay.
And I think that, it's all about, I know you got, the ladies calling me, man. You don't have to silence it for now, man. Tell them it's TMC on the line. Unless you want to join them in the conversation.
I think she's outside. That's
is she outside?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, man. Does she want to pull up?
Oh, yeah. Can this pause or not?
Yeah, we can pause. Yeah, we're back for a special advertisement, man.
Cool.
And take 1, take 10. Peace. We're back for One for the Road, featuring Lowkey, big artist in the house, man. So yeah, we're talking a little bit about just making it happen, man.
Yeah.
Cut that shit out. Talking a little bit about making it happen in terms of, shows and collaborations with artists. It's super important, like to take on what Africa's doing at the moment, the global leaders in music at the moment. Obviously the USA, the collaborations that they have. I feel like Australia needs to have a lot to learn, man. They have a lot to learn, and it's up to us, bro. Like, we've been in it for so long yeah. People are watching you, and they honestly, man, it'll be some music, it's a lifestyle, but it's just you, bro. People look up to you to keep going, man. How do you keep going when you face difficulties in your life, man? And they could be like whatever they are, man. How do you persevere in your music career?
I like that. There's been times, man. I won't lie. There's been times where giving up was an option, right? So last year, it was after I lost a friend. I was actually going through a moment where I was trying to find myself. Like, I actually got lost musically. Like, I just got carried away by the lifestyle, just music. I just got lost in everything, and I wasn't myself anymore. So I was trying to find myself. I was trying to figure out what was going on with me. And at that time, again, I lost a friend, and it was actually crazy. So what happened at that time, that moment, not a lot of people know about this. Just a few friends close to me, they knew what was going on with me. It's like, yo, I couldn't escape through music. So normally, what I would do is speak through songs. Like, I would express myself through music. But then at that moment, I couldn't really find myself in music. I didn't know what to do. And quitting was an option. I sat in a room with a few boys, my close friends, and then I made that, I just said, yo, like, I don't think I can do music. And bro, when I made that was a wrong statement I made. Everyone started lashing out, like going off of me. You can't do this, you can't do that, blah, blah, blah. But I don't know. I didn't understand where they were coming from. All I was thinking about was the moment, or how lost I am when it came to music, how lost I am when it came to my lifestyle or whatnot.
What made you say that? Why did you say you can't do music anymore? What were you feeling?
Bro, it was actually deep, man. It was crazy. Like, losing a friend, on like in the street lifestyle, like this enjoyment, you know, having fun and all that, you know, it was a way of like, I was there at that moment. I was with this person at that time, yeah. So it was a way for me to be like, yo, like I could have prevented that from happening. In a way, I blame myself in a way, and yeah, like I just felt like because I blame myself, and I felt like I could have prevented that from happening. So I just took that toll on myself, where it's like, yo, this ain't the road for me. This is not where I want to be. This is not where I want to see myself. And then usually me knowing myself is like when I'm at a bad times in life, you find me in studios like recording or like expressing myself. Most of my songs that I've ever made, if you listen closely, not all the love songs or the personal ones like Pray, like these are all my experiences in life. These are all different things that people have said to me or different things that I've experienced. So it's like songs like that, they become my favorite song because when I perform those songs, it's personal. So when I was going through that phase, the only way I could escape was blocking out the world. I blocked everyone out. Just stopped everyone from talking to me for a couple of days. I just had to like figure out what I really wanted. I tried writing songs, right? Didn't work. So then Wyatt called. You know Wyatt, the producer from he's from Brisbane. So he called me. He's like, "What's wrong? Like, what's going on?" And we spoke about it, blah. He's like, "Catch a flight, come down to Brisbane." I'm like, "Dude, I'm telling you, I don't want to do music." It's like, "Just catch a flight, come down to Brisbane." I caught a flight, went down to Brisbane, and we went for dinner and whatnot. We had a chat, and then he got me into the studio that night. And then he's like, "I want you to write a song." I'm looking at this guy.
Going through all that.
Yeah. He's like, I want you to write a song, but don't think about it too deep. I don't want it to be like a personal song, you know? I just want you to like do a song because you want to do a song. And then the first thing I thought about when I was writing the song, the first thing I thought about was my friend, the one that passed away. I was like, if it's anything and I'm trying to escape or I'm trying to write a song right now, maybe I should do this song about her. And the first thing I told him, I'm like, don't play me any emotional shit. I don't want nothing deep. I don't want that. I want something I want something that is very like just upbeat, nice. And then he was like, whatever you need. And then that's how I came up with that song called Mercy. And before then, I even took a break off like performing. People used to call me for shows. I was like, nah, I'm not ready yet, blah, blah, blah. And the time I got ready was when I actually did the song Mercy and released Mercy and did the visual to Mercy. And then I got back on the road, started doing shows. Even when I got back on the road, still I wasn't myself. I was still like figuring shit out. It was actually the beginning of this year. I was like, yeah, I'm back.
Yeah, definitely, man. Yeah, it's powerful, man. And I think in the, you know, at your lowest points, a true artist will shine. A true artist will pick up for their people, will pick up for, you know, the message, and you'll rise up from the darkness, you know, from the lows of the lows. And I know definitely that in most artists' careers, even my own, you know, through trials and tribulations, you end up stronger at the end of the tunnel, man. But at the same time, you get so close to giving up that you feel like this is not even worth it.
It's not.
You know, you're not getting paid like you should be. You're not getting the accolades like you should be. But I think at the end of the day, people like your friends in that room, they said you can't give up. You cannot, because they need you to succeed as much as you do as they do. Because people living normal lives see you and they go, man, you got to make it for us. You've got your own tribe, you know, you've got your own collection, you've got your community to, you know, especially the African community. Not only that, just creative community, not only that, the Afrobeat community here in Australia. the world that hears your music, it's important, man. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you guys check out Mercy, man. That video's on YouTube. Listen
It
to
is.
the music.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. But at least we're back, and yeah, we're on the road again.
So this year, man, what's it been like, man? I seen you been on the road. You did the Good Vibes tour. That was hectic.
Yeah, it was actually fun.
What have you learned, like this tour compared to others that you know that you need to implement as an artist? Like any advice? Like what would you say? Okay, this year I've done this compared to last year or compared to the years before.
Bro, it's crazy because if I look back in the days when I used to perform as an artist, there's actually a lot of changes. And I had an artist that came up to me and told me, Lowkey, like your stage presence is, and one thing I'll tell an artist is like your stage presence is one of the most important things when you go perform. So it's the way you present yourself as an artist and the way you control the crowd, because they're waiting for you. They're anticipating what you have to offer. So the moment I reckon the starting of your performance is the most important thing. The way you introduce yourself to the crowd is the way they react. So I tell a lot of artists this. I'm like, be yourself on stage, but most importantly, connect with the audience. The easier you can do that, the more you enjoy your performance. And from the time I started performing to now, I used to have a feeling that I shouldn't do certain things on stage. You know, it's like I hold myself back. But then now it's like, that's what they like. That's what they actually love. Just be yourself and be crazy. Just do crazy shit. And the crowd want to see that. They want to see you know?
At the same time, man, like there are other artists that definitely are crazier than you on stage, that do all the most on stage and have more of a stage presence than you on stage, honestly. But your music is better than it's really good. It's amazing. So it's difficult because you have to battle between being this like performer, but then going, I've got amazing music. Just listen.
Yeah.
So maybe you can just tell everyone to shut up and listen.
You see, that's the two things, right? That's why with a live band, I don't really go crazy. When it comes to a live band, that's what I mean. Like I connect more with the music than people listen and vibe. Like when I did the show in Perth with the live band, they were singing back to back, like they knew the song. So it's like, yo, this is actually lit, you know. And when I did the Adekunle show as well with the live band, everybody was listening. Like they were singing back to me as well, you know. So when I'm doing a DJ set, that's when you find me like getting girls on stage and doing that. But with a live band, I don't necessarily need that, because like I can give you like a 2 hours performance with a live band. I don't need any other distraction or anything outside. So it's a different thing. That's why I like using a live band more, because I feel like, yeah, people would listen and they will connect with me more. Yeah.
Yeah. I think you need to do more interviews and more podcasts as well, because people don't know, you know, they don't know the behind the scenes, man. They don't know the story, man. The story to it, you know. How long have you been in the game in Australia for?
How long have you been?
Let's do what I've been divided by 2.
Okay, yes, I think so.
15
bro,
years.
Yeah, bro. Like, fuck.
7, 8.
Bro,
so 6,
around 8 years, I think, roughly.
Yeah.
Bro.
So I'm going to go back. Why do you do this, man?
Bro, it's my way of escape from the world. It's my way of joy. It brings my happiness. It brings the other side of me that I normally wouldn't, you know, reveal because I'm a shy guy, to be honest. Nobody can tell that, but I'm actually a shy guy. When I was small coming up, I never used to talk. I used to be that quiet guy in the corner, like, but music brought out that side of me. It's like, I don't really care. Like, I'm just doing me, you know. People go out and actually see me vibing, blah, blah, blah. They'll be like, Lowkey is so wild. Lowkey is so crazy. Yeah, because why? That's where I get comfortable. That's where I feel free. Like, and that's why I do music, because it makes me become who I really am as a person. So it's like, I don't really care about what other people are thinking. I'm just doing me. So it keeps me pushing, man, to be honest.
Yeah, they believe in you, man. And they like your music. It's not like they believe in you, but they enjoy the music too. What do you think's missing? Like, where's the connection? Is it? Where do you think we can fill in the gaps, man? Because
Australia.
Yeah, Australia. Yeah, Australia itself is a culture.
I feel like we've unity. Like we've got to unite, especially like I find it hard that we have a lot of artists here, but we're not actually connected. Like I feel like most artists here trying to run competitions. It's like, yo, you can do this, I can do this better. You can do this, I can do this better. Well, it shouldn't be like that. It should be more of like, if you're dropping a song today, I should be aware of it. I should be able to promote your song as well, to give you that extra push as well. If I'm dropping a song today, if I'm doing a show today, I should be having like 3, 4, 7 supporting acts coming through. I feel like we need more unity when it comes to Australia.
Do you feel like it's the culture of Australia because we have so many responsibilities here? Maybe in Africa or the USA, there's responsibilities, probably more than there are here, but there's this like different vibe in Australia where it's like, oh, it's 7 o'clock. I've got to, I've got to get home. I've got to put on the meal for this and that. I've got to wake up on Saturday because I've got the workshop and I've got the. Do you feel like it's a cultural thing that like is, or do you think? I don't know. What do you think it is? Man?
I don't think.
I'm trying to find out, bro. This is like a whole.
To be honest, I don't think it's that. I don't think it's the whole. We all have a busy lifestyle. We all like get busy, but I'll tell you, like, I'm talking about like the artists in Australia, right? The ones that know, like, I'm doing music because I love doing it. So if it comes down to music, you're putting your time, you're investing your time, you're investing your money into something and you want that really bad, right? So there shouldn't be an excuse where you'll be like, oh, I don't want to link up with this person because I've got this to do, blah, 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 blah. I feel like, especially like what I've seen, even when they bring this artists here, right? A lot of the supporting act, they're divided. They're not so much united. It's like, I don't know much about a lot of artists here, right? Like I would go out and someone would point fingers and be like, oh, that's an Afrobeat artist. That's an Afrobeat artist. But it's like, yo, the moment we figure it out, okay, we can be a team and be a unit, right? The stronger we can get, to be honest. Because I feel like if I'm charging more for a show, right? And the next man that is close to me is getting less, I can probably get him to get more because I'm getting more. If we speak together and connect, the promoter don't have no option because if he goes to him, he's coming through me and I'm going to the next guy and we all know what's going on. So we're talking. So if they don't get no supporting act, they're going to need somebody at the end of the day. So if we are communicating and we open a group chat and we know what's going on, right? This guy's like, I'm not taking that price. This guy's like, I'm not taking that. We stick on one price and we give it to them. At the end of the day, who is the artist they're going to run to be like?
But then the promoter takes the bill. The promoter has to sell the tickets. The people don't want to buy the tickets.
You see?
But then the main act they need to see the potential in Australia.
Exactly. So
it comes from the top down. I think we're onto something, man, for sure. But yeah, man, we'll leave it at that, bro. But what do you got coming up, man? What do you got coming up? I'll leave what I mean, little snippets here and there. But yeah, man, what's going on Lowkey, man?
Bro,
where can they find you and what you got going on?
I'm on YouTube, every musical platform, the incredible Lowkey, and I am Lowkey. The name just stays there. There's nothing much I can say, but hey, future projects, bro. I've got, as I said,
don't even worry about. Let me cut you off one time. Don't even worry about the future projects, bro. You got Good Vibes there. You got all the singles to date, man. This guy has got music. If you have not heard of him as an artist, you have to listen to his music. It moves you. It gets you going, man. It's positive. It's uplifting. It has depth. It's some real shit, man. Honestly, like, big ups to you, man. I appreciate you with your music, your career. You keep pushing forward. You we went to Queensland together. Thanks for that, man. That was cool.
Right.
That was a difficult time in my life at that time, bro. But I had a holiday, so I was.
No, it was good. It was good.
Yeah, we got some stories from there, bro. I'm going to those. That was crazy, bro. That was nice, man. And yeah, man. Thanks for coming through, man. Because I know you know, like it's a lot, bro. It's a lot to take time out of making music, life, everything, your business. So last words, man, to the channel, man. What do you want to say to them, bro?
Shout out TMZ. You know,
that's what I see.
Hey. It's shout out TMC. I'm more English, not be my own. No.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, it's been crazy. It's been a crazy journey. You know, as I said before, team has been part of the journey from the get-go. We've been there. He knows how it is. And the growth, man, massive shout out to you. Keep working hard, keep doing your thing. And one thing I would say to everybody out there, if you want it, go get it. You know what I mean? Work hard and play hard, but don't dull the moments. Always chase your dream.
Big guys, Lowkey for coming through. It's another one for the road, man. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and rate this podcast on all DSPs, man. Big up yourself. Go follow Lowkey as well. I am Lowkey on Instagram. You know what I'm saying? Team C with an _ on Instagram. Let's get it, man. Peace.